Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my second channel. I know I never put up the background, but whatever. I know it's been a while. There are reasons for that. I'm not really gonna bore you with them. Depression is really the main reason. I keep filming things and then I keep not liking them and I don't post them and I get discouraged. It's a whole thing. Today, we're gonna talk about body dysmorphia and confidence. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, it might seem random, but on Instagram, one of the comments I get consistently is something along the lines of, how are you so confident? I wish I were as confident, blah, blah, blah. I'm not confident. It's fake. It's all entirely fake. Now, I usually respond to those comments saying exactly that, elaborating a little bit. It's not fake in the sense of, I want to lie to you or I want you to not know. That's not the case at all. It's more of a thing of fake it until you make it, which is pretty much what I say to every single comment like that. Now, it might be hard to believe that I'm not confident, that I don't love my body, that I still have disordered thoughts in terms of my body and eating disorder type shit, and I have body dysmorphia. Seeing pictures that I post on my Instagram like these, I'll flash a few here so then it's contextualized. It's difficult to believe because yes, I have some pictures that are more revealing. Yes, I have some pictures where I'm wearing something form-fitting. A lot of the time, I just want to talk about the mentality behind that picture. First of all, the majority of these pictures, when I post them, I don't really like them. That's not me fishing for compliments. That's not me asking you to validate me or say anything like that. That's not necessary. The reason I'm saying that is because for me, posting those pictures is a type of exposure therapy. Now, I mentioned this in a picture a while back where I was wearing a bikini and it was like very scary for me, where I kind of wanted to just say fuck you to my body dysmorphia, to my eating disorder type thoughts, even though I'm in recovery. My way of doing that is exposure therapy to the biggest level I know. And that being said, yes, I can wear a bikini to the pool, and yes, that is scary, but also it's not gonna be the same amount of people that see me as if I post it on my Instagram. If I post it on my Instagram, there are like, what, 80,000 people who could potentially see it. Now, obviously, the algorithm does what it does, but still there's a bigger number of people seeing that than me at the pool or me at the beach. And that form of exposure therapy is stressful and sometimes a little bit anxiety-inducing, but I feel like it slowly takes away the burn from wearing a bikini, because if you think of it in the sense of a bikini or whatever might trigger you or make you uncomfortable, because my thought process is, if I repeat this for long enough, consistently, it will slowly stop being that hard. You know, kind of for me, for example, when I have to drive to a new place, it gives me anxiety. I always leave super early. I have my GPS on and I'm anxious about it. But if you keep driving to the same place, at one point you'll remember how to get there, you'll know what the traffic is like at time X or Y, and it's just not a thing you think about anymore. That's kind of what I want to get to with my body. And the thing is also that I want to get to a point where, hopefully this makes sense, because when I say it in my head it does, but here we'll see. I want to get to the point where I'm not seeing my body as something I'm evaluating. Like, I'm not looking at my body being like, wow, you have hip dips instead of like the perfect hourglass, and there's nothing wrong with hip dips, you know, like this is what I'm trying to fix. You don't have visible abs, you don't have whatever. Like, I don't want to look at my body that way anymore. I more so want to see myself as, that is a picture of me, I'm wearing a bikini. I would be fine with just getting to a point where I'm able to be factual instead of overly critical. If I can get to a point where I can compliment myself, we've made real progress, but just being factual is good enough for me. I'm not confident, and a lot of these pictures scare the shit out of me to post, because when I'll post them, like I said, I don't feel like that bitch. If I look like I think I'm that bitch, that's great, but that's, for the most part, not what I feel. Now, that transitions into, how do I get past my what I call my bad body days? Because there's some days where I don't care, there's some days where I feel like that bitch, and then there's some days where I feel like the most disgusting slug creature that exists. Like, bottom of the ocean, disgusting ass creatures you never want to even see. And that sounds dramatic, but sometimes it really is like that. Being completely realistic with you, some of those days I just don't get over it. You know, like, I'd love to say, oh, I can turn it around by doing A, B, C. No. There's some days where I just can't turn it around. There's some days where I'm too tired to. There's some days where I'm too depressed. It sucks, but it's the reality. So on those days, what happens? Well, I will wear a big t-shirt and probably no pants, just like now. And that is how I deal with it. Now, I like oversized clothing, but I also use it as a coping mechanism, so good luck figuring out which is which. But on the days where I do want to work on it, and I do kind of feel like I can push myself, I do the very painful thing of wearing something that makes me feel uncomfortable. Not even to necessarily go out or anything, just in the house. Example, I posted this picture. This day, I felt so fucking terrible. Like, I felt like the ugliest fucking thing on earth, which is exactly why I decided to put on makeup, because I enjoy it. I don't feel like I need it, but I enjoy it. I like lashes, whatever. I decided to put on a wig. And I decided to put on a dress that I don't feel comfortable in. You know when you wear something and you feel like you're trapped in it? That's how I felt in that dress. And it wasn't because the size was wrong. It really was that I felt just grossed out by how I looked. So I felt like I almost wanted to shrink so the dress wouldn't be as form-fitting. Hence this shirt today. So how I manage it is that I force myself to be in the most uncomfortable situation I can be without being too much. You have to find a good level of discomfort. And this is just for me. I'm not saying this works for everyone. Kind of sit in it. So I wore that dress at home. I wore it to fold laundry. I wore it to wash the dishes. I just wore it around the house, almost to normalize the fact that there are some days I'm gonna hate my body, but that shouldn't stop me from wearing the thing I want to wear. Now, like I said, with everything, you need to find the right level of pushing yourself out there, but not too much because you also don't want to cause damage. So that's a good level for me because it's still private because I'm wearing it at home. The only person who will see it is myself or my husband or my dog. I don't feel too exposed. So if I went out with it, I might feel too exposed. That being said, other days, how I manage my dysmorphia is actually going out. I use dysmorphia and confidence kind of lumped together because my dysmorphia negatively affects my confidence. Some days I will wear an outfit that I absolutely love, but I feel like looks like shit on me. I'll wear it out. And it doesn't have to be a big thing like you're going to a club or whatever. No, you can wear it to go to Starbucks. Even if it's like extravagant for Starbucks, you can wear it to walk down the street, to go to the store, whatever. But the sole fact that you are out wearing the thing that makes you feel uncomfortable, that makes you feel ugly, that just overall does not have positive feelings, gives you a sense of power and ownership and a feeling of fuck you to whatever the negative feeling is. And that's kind of what helps me to create a kind of I don't want to say confrontation, but in a sense, I guess you could use that term. A confrontation with the very fucking thing that makes you potentially want to die inside, and the very thing that has made me cry multiple times. It's empowering in a certain way to say fuck you by just wearing the thing out and being like, I'm not going to let this stop me from wearing that bomb outfit that I got. It doesn't matter what I think. I'm going out wearing the thing. And I think that slowly building that up has helped me a lot. Now, another thing I like to do with my dysmorphia, which is kind of similar to going out, you know, wearing the outfit that might make you feel a certain type of way, is taking pictures. Now, taking pictures is a very double-edged sword because there are times when I have really felt like that bitch. Like, I really think I'm crushing it. I think I look great in an outfit, whatever. I take pictures and the result is tragic, and I hate how I look. I hate with a passion how I look, and I just don't feel like I'm doing it justice, blah, blah, blah. There are times that's gonna happen, and that can truly be gut-wrenching. For me, it doesn't trigger sadness as much as it triggers empty rage, like anger for nothing. Like, it's very likely that after taking those pictures and after seeing the results, I'll snap at people or I'll just vanish and not talk to anyone. So taking the pictures is something you need to kind of be prepared for. On the other hand, you might also take pictures and not be entirely in love with them as much as you're just kind of like, I don't love them, but they're not terrible. And that's where I'm at now for most of anything I post. I don't feel like I look bomb. I'm either okay with them or I really don't like them, but I still put them out there. Not all of them. Some of them I just can't bring myself. The majority I'll still put them out there because I want to get past whatever is keeping me in a chokehold, essentially. And a lot of people have also asked me how I figured out I had body dysmorphia. I got diagnosed, but before getting diagnosed, I made a note of my thoughts. So I'm not gonna say symptoms because it's more clinical. Mine were very rudimentary. They were just like, I, can't see myself for how I really am, and what I see in the mirror just doesn't really equate to facts like my measurements or whatever it is. What I see is not the reality, and the only reason I'm aware of that is mainly because I've found body doubles, which sounds so creepy, but I have a very difficult time knowing what I look like. Like, I know you guys might think you film yourself all the time. How the fuck do you not know? And I don't have problems with dysmorphia with my face, but my body, specifically my midsection, is a problem area for me. And the only way I've started to kind of understand what I really look like is by asking family members and friends to be like, hey, do you know a celebrity or someone I know, celebrities are just easier, that has a similar body type to me? Obviously, it's very hard to find someone identical, but you might find someone with the same shape, around the same height, around the same weight, so you can conceptualize what you look like minus the judgment. Because when I see other people who are my size or bigger, my thought is never, ew. You know, like, that's reserved to me. I'm the only one who gets the ew, you're disgusting, whatever. With other people, I never think that. So if I have a body double that I can look at, someone who is similar to me, I can start to conceptualize, okay, well, this is, you know, what my midsection looks like, or whatever problem area you have. For me, it's my midsection. That's really the crux of it all. That has been really helpful for me, and I recommend it to anyone who has body dysmorphia, to have someone tell you someone who is similar to you with your dysmorphic area. And I find it helpful. Like I said, this is just me. I'm not licensed or anything, so everything has to be taken with a grain of salt. I hope that this helps. Helps sounds a little bit ridiculous considering the content, but I hope that at least this explains certain things, and this gives a certain level of transparency as to, you know, what I post versus the problems that I'm having in the background. If you have any questions, comment them down below. I'll make sure to answer every single comment I can. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope this wasn't boring to death, and feel free to let me know what you want to see next. I'll try to be more consistent. This is my first video back, so I feel like I'm getting the ball rolling. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'll see you guys next time.